Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. It's been a while since I've done an introduction from my greenhouse, and that's because I haven't really been in here for a few weeks now, or at least since July probably, because I tend not to do any sowing of any seeds in August and probably the latter part of July, so I haven't really been in here much and it's a bit of a mess. So if you watched my last video, I presume it was my last video if I've put everything in order right on my YouTube channel, then I will have done my seed shopping and shown you what varieties I've grown of Hardy Annuals, which I will be overwintering ready for an early spring crop next year. And my seeds have started arriving, so what I thought I would do is before I start sowing them, I'm going to give the greenhouse a good tidy up because it's a bit of a mess in here. I've actually been keeping bird seed in here, and the birds have been coming in and helping themselves. And as you can hear, the dog's walking around and making a lot of noise because she's interested in what kind of creatures might be living in here at the moment. So I'm going to give this place a good tidy up before we start seed sowing, and then we have a nice area to work from. I can throw away all of the crispy plants that have been just left to die in the greenhouse, and give all the staging a good clean up and stuff, because the pig has actually been in here as well, and he's just disturbed all of the shelving, so that's caused a bit of a mess. So I'm looking forward to getting this nice and tidy again. To be honest, the greenhouse could really do with a good paint, but it's going to be so difficult to paint it because I'm going to have to either take all of the perspex out and paint it, or I'm going to have to mask off all of the glass. And as you can see, there's lots of panes to do, either to mask or to take out. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do about that yet, but it definitely needs a spruce up because it is looking a little bit scruffy. I only used some cheap paint to paint it with when I first put the greenhouse up. And of course it is a wooden one, so the weather's been hammering at it as well. So let's get into it and we will start tidying up, ready for seed sowing. So what I'm going to do is put all of the soil and dead plants into that crate, and then I've got an empty compost bag which is going to be my bin bag. So I'm going to sort everything out into rubbish and stuff that can go on the compost heap, and then I'm literally going to try and empty everything out of here because it really needs a good tidy up. And the worst thing that I ever did in this greenhouse was to put gravel down on the floor, because you just can't sweep it and clean it. And it's got all sorts, it's got loads of compost on the floor. Plants grow in it in the compost that's on the floor, and I've got some nice thistles at the front of the greenhouse, and it just looks really scruffy. So maybe one day we can put some tiles down in here and it will give us a nice flat surface that we can sweep up and wash off. So I'm not sure whether I'm going to be able to get the floor very clean, but what I'll try and do is just give it a wash off and see if some of the compost will rinse down into the hardcore down below, but I don't think there's much we can do about that for now. You'll be pleased to know that I'm finally getting rid of this dead lemon tree that's at the back of my greenhouse. I've done many videos where this dead lemon tree has been in the back of the videos, and every time I edit them I'm sick of seeing it and I keep thinking I need to get rid of that lemon. By the way, I'm just throwing away well, I'm not going to throw it away in the bin, but I'm going to put it in the on the compost heap. This seed compost is basically just like a bag of sand, and I definitely don't recommend it. Well, that is definitely looking a lot cleaner than it was before, and I'm all ready for sowing seeds now. These trays were made by somebody local, and they are basically a shallow tray that I can put water in, and I can water plants from underneath rather than above. And I found that it's quite handy because these aren't perfectly level. The water does sit in different areas, and then the higher areas don't get as much water as the lower areas and things like that. So I found that putting capillary matting on the bottom helps, because it helps to spread the water out evenly across the base of the tray. And I've just thrown out the old capillary matting because it's been in there for a few years now, and I think I still have quite a bit of that matting left, so I'm going to put some fresh down before I start sowing seeds this week. But I'm really pleased with the way it looks now, and Rob actually just came across earlier and said that he thinks it wouldn't be too much effort to put some tiles down on the floor, so we might just get some cement and some tiles one day and just get cracking with that, so that it's miles more easier to just flush all of the sweep it out and wash it out and flush everything out so that it's nice and clean in here. So yeah, we'll get on with seed sowing next. So the seeds that I've received in the post already are, well, I literally made my order the night before last. The ones I've received already are from Mull's Seeds. They come in nice gold packets, which makes you feel like you've won the golden ticket out of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. But what I've got here is stocks, snapdragons, some saponaria, some corncockle, and some dorcas, and some buplorum. So I'm going to sow that now whilst I'm in the greenhouse, and we've got it nice and tidy. So I'm going to fill up some of my seed trays with compost. I ordered a big bag of vermiculite as well that came yesterday, so I need to go and grab that, and we can top off the trays with the vermiculite. I'm not going to bother doing soil blocks or anything just now, because I feel like it's still a little bit on the warm side, and I feel like the soil blocks dry out quite a lot when it's warm. So I actually don't know what temperature it is in this greenhouse, but I just went across to my other one and it was 36 degrees. So I'm not going to use soil blocks, I'm just going to use seed trays, and I think I'm going to put some fresh capillary matting over on these trays, and I'm going to let the trays sit in water. What I'm actually going to do is overhead water them until they germinate, and then start watering them from the bottom. I find that works the best. So let's get these sown, and we will have to wait for the next batch of seeds to arrive. Check out my massive bag of vermiculite. I just got it delivered yesterday. It's huge. I ordered it on eBay, and it came next day, and it was, I think it's 100 litres of vermiculite, and it was, I think, 23 quid, so I thought that wasn't too bad. And it was delivered to my door, so I didn't have to go anywhere to collect it. So what I'm going to do is use the vermiculite to put on top of the seed trays, and then that keeps all of the moisture in and it keeps the seed in contact with the wet compost. So what I've done is, with the saponaria, I've put a couple of seeds in each cell, and then I've used the back of my fingernail to push the seed onto the damp compost so that it's in contact with it. And it takes a couple of minutes just to go over and push everything in, but then I know at least that the seeds are in contact with the compost and they're going to germinate okay. And then I'll put the vermiculite on top of that. I just want to take a moment to thank Skillshare for sponsoring this week's video. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of interesting classes which allows you to either improve existing skills or learn something new. There's loads of classes on there including fine art, productivity, film and video and crafts. I even spotted a few gardening videos on there which might be of interest to some of you guys. Or if you've got the gardening nailed already, then maybe you need help creating a website or marketing your business. I've recently been getting into a bit of mindfulness and meditation, which really helps me to switch off from the stress of running my own business and all the work I've still got to do. And I actually just took a class in Finding Your True Self by Emma L, which was very interesting and also relaxing. Last winter, I also got into oil painting as a hobby, so I'll definitely be checking out some of the oil painting classes on Skillshare. Skillshare is specifically made for learning, so it is ad-free, allowing you to focus on your new topic of interest, whether it is painting, filmmaking, or meditating. The first 1,000 of my subscribers to join Skillshare via the link in the description will receive a 1-month free trial, so you can start exploring your new hobby today. So it's been a good few days to about a week since I sowed the seeds that you saw in the last couple of clips, and we've got some good germination going on behind me. The snapdragons have started to germinate, the agrostemma and the stocks and the dorcas and the saponaria are all doing really well, so that's good news. And I've even got some buplorum germination as well, which is good because normally sometimes it prefers to have cold stratification over winter, which breaks the dormancy of the seed, but looks like we've got away with letting it's germinated already, which is good. So also since the last couple of clips, I've got the delivery of my Chiltern seeds order, so I'm going to sow a couple of these this afternoon, and hopefully that will be all of my Hardy Annuals sorted, ready for next year. So there's a couple of things that I ordered on my seed shopping video last week, which I was wrong about and aren't actually Hardy Annuals that I want to sow in autumn. And I put them in my basket, and I actually won't be sowing them till next spring anyway. And that includes the annual ornamental grasses that I bought, and this canary grass. The Cerinthe, I won't be sowing that until spring, and the Auroch, I won't be sowing that till spring either. So there's just a few things there that I added to my basket that I won't actually be sowing now. So currently I have sown some larkspur and some stocks, and I've got left to sow some ammi, some euphorbia, some cornflowers, some nigella and some orleia. And I won't bore you with filming the whole thing, but I'll just get that done and then I'll come back to you to round off the video. So that is mostly all of my Hardy Annuals sown for overwintering, and I think I might do a few more, but I just wanted to get these ones finished off today. And we're just going to have to see how the end of the season goes, whether these grow big enough to go out into the ground before the weather turns really bad, and whether I can get the beds ready before they need planting out anyway. So if not, I will put them on and leave them in the greenhouse over winter, but we'll just have to see how it goes, and I'll of course keep you updated in my videos. So thank you so much for watching this video again, guys, and if you aren't already subscribed, I would love it if you did, because I'm really close to getting 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, and that is just unbelievable. I cannot believe that I've nearly got 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. So thank you so much to everybody who is already subscribed, and don't forget to subscribe if you are not already. So I hope your Hardy Annual sowing is going good as well, and I hope you got it done a bit sooner than I did, because it's October this week, like I said. So let's have our fingers crossed for everybody's Hardy Annuals over winter. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.